Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists and practitioners, responding directly to the needs of the practicing natural therapist. With interviews, herbal discussions, something business, something clinical, you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in practice. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the podcast for our episodes. If you'd like more support, get in contact and I look forward to working with you soon. Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of this week's activities. And today, as I'm sure you remember, is a visualization. Now, as with visualization on Monday, same rules apply. You do need to close your eyes, so make sure that you're not operating machinery or that you're meant to be driving or doing something that requires your eyes open. What we need for you today is to be sitting and relaxing. So I'll just give you a minute to sort yourself out. And I will ask you if you have added anything to the spreadsheet yet. So if you haven't, the link to the spreadsheet is in the show notes. And how to add to the spreadsheet to go in the draw to win the one-to-one with me or the Academy membership is to screenshot and share, post a review and screenshot the review. Review on whichever system you're listening on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, and then screenshot that review for me and pop that in the spreadsheet so that we know that you've done it and that you can get the points for that. And make sure that you're sharing the podcast on your story or in your feed and your conversations in the groups that you're in, and make sure that you screenshot it and add that too so that you can get the points. Now, hopefully you're sitting down, you've wiggled about a bit, you've wriggled and you've got yourself a bit comfortable. Have another wriggle, have a bit of a stretch maybe. Loosen the shoulders, move the head from side to side, roll those shoulders, stretch that back a bit, and maybe shake those fingers out. Because we're going to be talking today about what's stopping you. So take a nice big, deep breath in through your mouth or your nose, whichever is more comfortable for you. Take a nice, deep breath in and out in your own time. There's no rush. There's no speed involved. It's just breathing. Nice, deep, slow breaths in and out. Relax your shoulders. Roll your shoulders. Feel yourself sinking into the chair. Feel your feet on the ground connecting with the ground. And your hands in your lap or on the arms of the chair. Relax down. You might need to wriggle again to really make sure that you're comfortable in the space. Take a few deep breaths, really relaxing, and close those eyes. Now today, I'd like you to take a little walk with your eyes closed. It's a little walk through grasslands and bush. It's a well-defined path. It's a very safe space. And as you walk along that path, you'll be able to see different things off to either side. You might see some native bush, you might see some exotic trees, maybe birds, perhaps some cars in the background. As you walk, you realise that you're slowly going downhill. And as you walk down, you're relaxing more and more. You're enjoying the scenery, you're enjoying what's going on around you. Then you come across a gate. It's rather a beautiful, ornate gate. You can see filigree, gold flecks. It's old. It's a really old gate. And you look around for the handle. Once you find the handle, you realise you're being invited to open and walk in through the gate and into a beautiful garden. Now you shut the gate behind you, as one should always do when one finds a gate in the countryside. You shut it behind you and look around. And you've actually found yourself in a walled garden. It's beautiful, it's relaxing. You can hear maybe a stream or a brook further away. What you can see is a bench, a comfortable bench with a back and a seat, like you'd find in a park, a nice comfortable park bench. Start wandering over towards that, and when you feel you can, have a look around and perhaps sit down. Once you've got yourself comfortable on the park bench, have another look about you, particularly at the ground around the side of the bench, where you'll find a basket or a bucket, something with handles. Could be anything really. And as you look at it, you realise that that is for you. So I want you to sit back and take those deep breaths in that chair. And I want you to think about what's holding you back, what's stopping you moving forward. It could be something really simple, like games on your phone, or it could be something much harder. It could be something that's happening in your life right now. It could be something that you're doing to yourself. It could be something that somebody else is doing to you. Whatever that thing is, whatever those other things are that are holding you back, holding you down, pressuring you, causing you unease, discomfort, I'd like you to put them in that basket. You can take things out of the basket if you need to, that's not a problem. But I want you to put them in the basket so that you can see them differently. You can see them from a different perspective, from the perspective of the outside, not the perspective of being the person in those problems, but rather looking at them from the outside. As you place those things that are holding you back in the basket, you might feel that your lack of internet or computer skills is holding you back. That's something you're telling yourself, so I want you to put that in the basket. You might be telling yourself that your position of your office is holding you back. Well, is it? Really? Or is it that you just need a new business chair? I want you to put that problem into the basket along with the others. Maybe your mobile phone rings all the time. Pop that in the basket along with everything else. You can change the settings on it later so it doesn't interrupt. Slowly but surely, put the things that are holding you back into that basket. Get rid of them. And now, I'm going to pass you some ribbon. You're going to find that ribbon in your hand. And with that ribbon, I want you to tie up that basket. I want you to tie the handles of the basket together. Because in a moment, but not just yet, I'm going to pass you some balloons, some helium balloons, some really strong helium balloons. I'm going to ask you to tie them around that basket. So once you've tied up that basket, you can see it's nice and secure. You'll find those helium balloons in your hand. Now I want you to tie those around the handles, and you can watch that basket being slowly lifted up with all of those problems that you can now see from the outside. You can see why they're holding you back. You can see why they're overwhelming you. So you're going to take a break from them now. They're going to be lifted up and up and up into the sky so that you can take a break from them. Slowly a little puffy cloud passes in front of them and you can't see them anymore. Those objections, those problems, those things that are holding you back aren't there now. They're not holding you back. They're away from you. So now I would like you to tell yourself the positive flip side of what's gone away. If it was your phone needed to go on silence, I'd like you to say to yourself, when I get my phone back, I'm going to look in the settings and silence those additional calls. And so on and so forth with everything that was in the basket. Your basket will be different to my basket. So I'm going to give you just a moment for you to be able to resolve those issues from the outside. Solving things from the inside is often much, much harder because we can see all the little things that go with that problem. Whereas from the outside, we're just seeing it as one large problem that can be solved easily. How often has someone told you what you need to do to correct or change something? and you've thought they don't understand all the little things that go with it. Well, you do understand the little things that go with that problem, but in this case you're able to solve it. You're able to deal with those problems you've put in that basket. You can come up with what you need to do to resolve those issues. So in a moment, but not just yet, that cloud is going to dissipate and that basket is going to come back. Give yourself a moment, and when you're ready, the basket will come back. The helium balloons have lost all their heliumness, if that's a word, and the basket is slowly descending at your feet. Now I want you to look into that basket and only take out the things that you need in this time and this space. And I want you to leave the other things that you don't need, the other things that are bothering you, the other things that are unnecessary to you. I want you to leave them in that basket. You've had to untie the ribbon to take things out. I want you to retie that ribbon on the things that you don't need, things that you've resolved, things that you've thought about and thought, I don't need those in this time and this space now. And now that you've done that, I want you to sit back on that park bench, on that garden bench, and look around. Look at the garden. Look at the beauty of the garden. There's symmetry, there's peace. And know that any time you want to, you can come back to this garden and you can enjoy the peacefulness, the joy of this garden, how the colours reflect, how the colours sparkle in this garden, how the space is alive and yet quiet all at once. In a moment, but not just yet, you know you're going to have to leave this garden. So I'd like you to look around and take something from the garden. It might be a visual thing, it could be an object. Whatever it is, you know it's meant for you. And this is going to help you on your journey, moving you forward. You've gotten rid of some obstacles and you want to move forward. So when we come out of this visualization in the moment, we'll be able to sit to and really get on with things to achieve what we want to achieve. Now that we've taken out of the basket what we need and left behind what we don't need, we know that we can achieve what we want to achieve as soon as the podcast finishes. Now I'd like you to get up from that park bench and start retracing your steps back to the gate, opening and closing the gate behind you, and then walk back up the path, along the path, looking at the beauty around you, the beauty of nature, hearing the sounds. You'll hear sounds outside of you as you go back to you in the chair. I want you to relax back into your body, to wriggle a bit and get used to it. Get used to being back here, the ideas and the things that you left behind, and bringing out with you only the things that you need that will move the needle forward, that will help you and support you to move your business and your life forward. And now, roll your shoulders, have a stretch, and when you're ready, open your eyes, coming back to the here and now, knowing that you can get on and do what needs to be done to achieve today's goals. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.